on BYUSN.com as well. Jeremy Jordan, Jason Shepard here. Our question of the day, what's the headline on Monday after BYU and Tennessee? The name is B_red. What we mean is the headline Sunday, right? Volunteers, BYU routs Tennessee team 38-14.
Okay.
Tears.
I like it.
Right?
I like it.
Continue to weigh in on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We will read your responses later in the show. Now joining us on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline is Spencer Linton from Knoxville, Tennessee, getting ready for countdown to kickoff tomorrow night. Spencer, how is the Volunteer State?
It is fantastic. I'm ready to volunteer for some college football coverage.
Yeah! Okay. All right.
So many puns. So many bad puns.
You heard our question of the day. I think I know where you're going to go with this because you brought it up yesterday. But what's your headline Sunday after the game?
Okay, there are a couple. One, Hayana Rocky Top for BYU.
Very good. My relative wrote that song, by the way.
Okay. 2, BYU sends volunteers to the Rocky Bottom. Oh, snap.
I have a feeling you oversold the second one a little bit with the O snap. Like, I think you realized that wasn't a great one, and you just kind of kept going with it. I like the first one, though.
Listen, I've been in the middle of campus for like an hour, and so I've had a long time to think about the question today.
Did you say that we heard that you had a very interesting interaction just moments ago?
Oh, yes. Okay, so in the middle of classes, so students are coming and going. They're walking past where we're set up, and one kid goes, "Oh, hey, look, it's the BYU TV guys." And I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, "Man, I hope you guys win tomorrow." He's all decked out in Tennessee gear, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "No, I'm serious." And I was like, "Well, I'm not sure which fan base needs it more." And he's like, "No, I want to see everybody wearing orange cry. Go Cougars." And then he walked away, and I was like, "Whoa,
what in the world?"
I know he's only one fan, but I would imagine he's not alone. It's like desperation. There's very little hope from what it seems within the student population here. It's a weird time.
Yeah.
Why should there be hope for them? They just lost to Georgia State. In comes a BYU team that has a good name, hopefully can rebound, right? And it's obviously a national brand and quality program. But I almost wonder if they just want another ship to sink, if you will. Last week it was literally, and maybe this week it's metaphorically. What vibe do you get?
Oh, totally. I mean, Jeremy Pruitt's now 5-8 as the head coach at Tennessee, and there were extremely high hopes as he came over as one of Nick Saban's guys. And you know, I know that hope is always there for some of the fan base, but I was reading a newspaper report that said that they would be surprised to see only 60 or 70,000 fans show for tomor's game in a stadium that holds over 100,000. I just thought, wow,
30 to 40 less.
Has it gotten that low? I'm not buying that per se, but I wouldn't be surprised to see, upwards of 15 or 20,000 empty seats tomorrow, just based on what I'm hearing and reading.
Well, and that will certainly help with the BYU blue that will be there to make more of a presence if that's the case. Let's get your opinion on some of the trending topics we're talking about today. We already asked you the Twitter question. One of the things we were talking about in regards to the game tomorrow is, what do we know about the game tomorrow? Spencer, what do you know about this game tomorrow?
Wow, that is the million-dollar question. Because we're trying to make rash generalizations off of 1 week. What I feel like I know is that BYU has an advantage in the trenches, specifically with their offensive line against Tennessee's defensive front seven. I feel like BYU will have an advantage there and be able to impose their will. I know that's a cliche saying, but I kind of feel like that's where BYU has to. They want to take control of the game. What I feel like I also know is that the fans that do show up in support of Tennessee and the team and the rallying cry, it's going to be emotional early, and it's going to be kind of a hornet's nest, which is why it's so important for BYU, who has typically been a very slow starter under Kalani Sitake, to score first, just to take some of that buzz away and kind of incite the panic that will ensue if the Cougars can get up early on the Volunteers. So those are the two things I feel like I know. BYU has an advantage on the offensive line over their defensive front, and the Cougars can suck the air, any life out of Tennessee if they get on the board early and help incite the panic.
I think what you just said in terms of the strong start, I think that is huge. And just looking at last year's stats, and you mentioned, over the last couple of years, but just last year, the first quarter was by far BYU's lowest scoring quarter. 58 points was what BYU scored in the first quarter. The second quarter, it was 106 and 120. Now, the fourth quarter was 70, but by far, the first quarter has been BYU's toughest to score in. And this year, in the one game, 6 points. So I agree with you 100% that a strong start would go a long way for BYU, but also to kind of demoralize Tennessee with like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, you got to squelch any hope that Tennessee has, because if BYU allows the Volunteers to score and get the fan base going, belief is a funny thing. And Georgia State experienced that last week. Tennessee let them hang around and make some plays, and then they gave the ball away, and Georgia State took a lead late. When you give a team like that belief late, you're in big trouble. And so BYU needs to kind of ride the wave of negativity that Georgia State left here across the Tennessee fan base and kind of let that panic set in. As unfortunate as it is for Jeremy Pruitt, because I think he's a good guy and I think he's a good football coach. And in fact, I think their staff has some amazing names and skill sets on it. So you don't want to see them come to an ultimate demise. But, for all things BYU, what needs to happen is a fast start. And it just has not been the case under Kalani Sitake. Like that, if you're going to hope for one thing specifically, hope for a fast start, because that would just totally switch the narrative on the Kalani Sitake era at BYU.
Talking with Spencer Linton, host of BYU Sports Nation, friend of ours, live from Knoxville. You get one of these. Which one do you want? Zach Wilson throws for 300, Tyson Williams rushes for 100, or BYU wins the turnover battle?
Oh, please, the turnover battle. It's not close, especially after last week. Just BYU, if they can turn Tennessee over and get some takeaways and win that battle, they need to do it. That's another thing they need to do. They need to start fast, and they need to not be -3 in the turnover margin. So I would take that in a heartbeat. I know it would be great to see Zach go for 300-plus and bounce back nicely, and I do think he'll have a solid performance. And Tyson Williams coming back to his SEC country and playing well here. Like, those are great storylines, but the most important to me is winning the turnover battle, and it's just not close.
And that's what
because of how much it impacts the game, right?
Yes, that's our poll today, and 50% agree. It's 25, and then 50 for the turnover battle.
Spencer, this is always my favorite part of the show, when we get to the going for two picks, and it's just you two making the picks.
You're not doing it this year?
Why? Why would I do it? I'm not here on an every Friday, so I don't ever get my picks. So there's no point in keeping my tally. So I'm going to just give it up to you guys and let you go with your going for two picks here.
Can you predict the future? These guys think they can. We're going for two on BYU Sports Nation.
Two people doing two picks. Spencer, you go first.
All right, I'm starting with something that I'm more hoping for, and that is that BYU will score first. My first going for two pick is the Cougars will score first in Neyland Stadium and take some of the buzz and the energy out of the air very early. Number two, BYU didn't have a sack last week against Utah. There was question about, well, what defense are they running? How come we're not getting to the quarterback? I think BYU will switch things up. They'll throw some interesting mixes and looks at Tennessee. They will have two or more quarterback sacks tomorrow against the Volunteers, which is two more than they had against Utah. Jeremy, what do you got?
Those are two nice attempts. My first pick, BYU will turn it over no more than one time. So 0 or 1 turnover. They will limit that. They will keep it to a minimum, and 0 to 1 turnovers. Second pick,
okay.
Tyson Williams will carry the ball at least 16 times. His career high in carries is 15. This will be a new career high. He will carry the ball at least 16 times. BYU will try and find him. And when we talk about, so those are my two picks. Jason, Tyson Williams, if he's going to get a hundy, I think he probably needs 20-plus carries. What do you think, Spencer? Because that'd be five a pop, 20 for a hundy?
Absolutely. Give him the ball 20 times. And I said this yesterday when I was in Studio B with you, Jeremy. I don't care if the 20 touches are all rushes or if it's just a combination of catching some passes out of the backfield and rushes. I want 100 total yards of offense at least from Tyson Williams. I think BYU needs it. He's a special player. Does anybody not think that when you saw him last week a couple of times get down the sideline and sprint out of tackles and strength and the burst and the vision, that he's just kind of on another level? Like, give him the ball. Let him show what he is capable of doing. And if BYU gives him the ball 20 times, run or pass, great. I think it's great. It means great things for the Cougars tomorrow.
Spencer, you know there's a big rivalry game on campus tonight with BYU, number 10 BYU, hosting Utah at Southfield. I know you'll be paying attention to what happens tonight. Here's the question. When you're following the game tonight, will you be watching it on BYU TV with Jerem, or will you be listening to it on BYU Radio with me? And you must give an answer.
I will be listening to Jason Shepard's call while I stream it on BYU TV and watch it.
Boo.
And then intermittently turn down the volume on Jason so I can hear Jerem recap the highlights of the game. Oh, I'm going back and forth. Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
I knew it.
What do you have? 2 phones? How are you going to do this? Computer?
Computer and a phone, man.
There you go. Awesome.
Computer and a phone.
Well,
hey, I'll say this, Jerem. I want to tell you guys this before I forget. I need to do some more investigating, but be on the lookout on the BYU defensive front for some different looks and some potential position changes. I need to dig into it some more, but be on the lookout for some position changes tomorrow and some really different looks from the BYU defense. We'll have an update for you tomorrow on Countdown to Kickoff.
That's called a tease. Also, you're going to go around town, new segment called A Taste of Knoxville this week. Looking forward to that. So have fun today showing us around tomorrow on Countdown to Kickoff, Spencer.
All right, guys. Good to talk to you.
Appreciate it. Spencer Linton on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline. Deseret First, you know why, we show how. Excited about that. We'll see who
Very curious.
What is he alluding to, right? Who's mixing it up? Who's where? The BYU defense, I thought, had a nice performance against Utah. It was the turnovers that cost the Cougars in that game.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, when you look up at what the defense actually gave up in points, it's significantly different.
Ton of yards to Zach Moss.
Yes.
But
the guys